Whew. This has been a video that I have been wanting and at the same time not wanting to make for a good few years at the very least. Oh, I get this question nearly every time I upload a video. And I have literally moved to a completely different channel to try to get away from this question. But in retrospect, I probably should have changed my name if I really wanted to get away from the question that bad. But either way, I still got it. And that question is, what happened to Shadamy? I met him in detention. So, first of all, here's a backstory about that entire phase that I went through. At the time, I was 14, and I was struggling with an on and off relationship with a childhood friend of mine that I was with pretty consistently. He was basically the Sonic, and Shadamy met him in detention, but only in the beginning. Afterwards, Sonic just kind of took his own form of characterization. And at the time, I developed feelings for the quote-unquote bad boy in one of my classes. And he was basically Shadow. I found that I Met Him in Detention song by schoolgirls, and I just started thinking, like, what if I went into detention? I have never went into detention before, by the way. What if I went into detention and saved this bad boy, and we got together and we had like a bad boy, bad girl relationship, and we skipped school and had our own little adventures? That never happened. As a matter of fact, I quickly found out that he had absolutely no interest in me whatsoever, which, you know, is fair. It's fair. I was a complete nerd back then. But then I thought, oh, what if I made this into like a Shadamy story? Back then, at the time, I seen like a lot of like fan fiction-esque videos on YouTube with a bunch of like Sonic storylines and themes. And I was in love with them, and I knew that I could easily make them myself because I had the same programs as the majority of them use. Windows Live Movie Maker, #broke. And I was just like, you know what? It's summer, and I don't have a lot of things to do, and it could help me build my writing and story skills, so let's do it. And I did. And I even tried to like push it, the facial expressions with things like Windows Paint, and then later on Paint Tool Sci when I started to finally start to, actually get good as a fucking artist, which didn't take a while. That did take a while, I meant. And it blew up. The first episode blew up, and it still gets views and comments. Like, I still get notifications from that damn video. And granted, the rest of the videos didn't really have that much of a blow up as that first one did, but it still had like a solid following. Like, people consistently watched and loved and enjoyed the story that I was making and kind of bullshitting as I went. Which was especially apparent by the ending, by that crack ship I did between Sally and Rouge that I barely pulled off being able to explain. But it's a phase of my life that I'm not exactly proud of, but I still do look back at fondly. I actually watch back those videos every once in a while just to recall all the stuff that I really put hard work into. I was proud of it at one point, which was why I wanted to continue it, but that basically, it started when I was 14 and ended, I think, around 16, 17. How old I was? Yeah. I think 16. 2 years, I think. I will fact check myself if not. But it ended basically because I started high school and I realized it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. And after I lost interest in that guy, and then later on I finally broke up for good, the Sonic in my life. So that leads to the question, what happened? First of all, I kind of had like a temporary fallout in the fandom for Sonic because I was kind of pressuring myself to grow up a little around that time, especially considering, like, you know, I was nearing the age of 18 at the time. I was like getting a lot of like pressure to find my own hobbies and interests and being able to really focus and hone in like my own abilities and the like. And I just started to focus on my art, my drawings. So my channel quickly followed that interest. I went into a long lifespan of speed paints and the like with an absolutely terrible webcam. Gosh, I can't believe how badly it flickered. I'm surprised I didn't get any sort of epileptic seizure warnings. Or people like saying like, I had a seizure watching this video with all the bullshit stuff that happened in them. But yeah, I quickly realized that I didn't just want it to be like a story maker. I wanted to draw. I wanted to make art. And then I started creating like my own original ideas and the like with my own original characters. And that's when Charisse became a thing, if anyone remembers that. You know, my own self-insert Sonic Unleashed story about this wolf girl that just transformed during the fucking splitting of the earth. Oh god, that was cringy as hell. But it only went on from there. Then I created like my own like character after character after character. I had so many ideas swirling, transforming in my head, and that led me further and further and further away from I Met Him in Detention. It slowly became apparent to me that it wasn't the most original story out there, you know? There was plenty of, at the time, like high school fanfic videos with Sonic. There was plenty of like scenarios where like, oh, the good girl falls in love with the bad boy trope. It's not that creative. Sure, I did have my own creative spins in it, but overall, it wasn't, I just didn't think it was that good. I mean, it still gets merit for being the first story I ever made on my own, but I know that a lot of people are probably going to be like, what the fuck? What you talking about? It was the bestest thing ever. And that's because you followed it, and at the time, you were really entertained for it. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I was entertained myself with my own videos at the time. But, like, if you really think about it, it was basically the equivalent of glittery trash. And, you know, a lot of people dig some glittery trash. I know I do every now and then, and I don't... I can't blame you for that. I'm not gonna blame anyone for that. But the point is, it's just, like, I moved on. And I wanted to, like, start, like, not only just, like, work on like my story making skills and my artistry skills. I also wanted to start working on my editing skills as well, because then I finally like stopped using Windows Movie Maker, and I had Sony Vegas, which I still use to this day. And I wanted to steadily just work on my own creative merit and skills, and I just didn't see myself being able to fully do that with Shadamy. I met him in Detention. So I decided to just wrap it all up in one big 40-minute finale, which took I think it took like 2 months to make. Jeez. Probably the most effort I've made in a video in a long time. But I wrapped it up and I just tried my best to just move on after I realized that I didn't want to make a sequel. And by the way, do you guys really want to know what would have happened for season 2? It literally just would have been like a Pitch Perfect meets American Idol remake. Seriously. I just wanted to make like one big singing competition, and then like there was like that deleted scene where Mina kind of like get temporarily like mind controlled Amy to sing along with her, and how like Mina was actually like a spy for the Sexy Sagas. Basically what I wanted to do with that was reveal that Mina was a siren, and she was found out by Sally in the gang, even though she didn't want to be friends with them. And she later on like befriended like Cream and Takao and was like, I know that I'm a siren, but would you guys not tell anyone that? It's bad. I don't want to be known as a siren. I want to be known as just like a genuine just me. I don't want to be seen as a bad guy. And they were like, oh, we won't tell anyone as long as you spy on the people that have been trying to take our men. And she was just like, well, shit, I guess I just don't have a choice. So she was going to be their spy. And then, like, whenever she sang, like, during the singing competition, which she was basically forced into, by the way, by Cream and Takao and Amy, then, like, I was thinking, like, in one big, like, finale, like, she would be singing and it would be too much, and then she would be breaking the entire school. Holy shit, she's too powerful. Everyone is under her control, except Amy and Sally and Shadow for some reason, and they all, like, team up to break her and stop her. It's so stupid. And then, like, Sonic would be out of jail somehow and have, like, oh god, what are their names? Those siblings that he had in Sonic Underground, those two would, like, join in on the competition. And then Scourge would be there, too, for some reason. Oh, man. It just would have been one big old clusterfuck of just randomness and a whole bunch of just AMVs, basically. Honestly, I don't think you guys missed much. And look, if anyone out there wanted to make a Shadamy and Men in Detention 2, and then just take that idea, be my fucking guest, okay? Just be my fucking guest. And by the way, like, the reason why everyone wanted to be in it was because there's going to be, like, a big cash prize, and Shadow wanted to get it in particular because if he didn't, then he and his family would, like, be homeless because, like, they would stop being able to afford the house, you know, stuff like that. It was basically like a, what was it called? Shit. It was Side Effects, that was it. Shadow's family was inspired by Side Effects, like the entire family scenario, like with the big brother and Shadow and it was all. I was actually gonna use like a Side Effects song in order to like really like emphasize the connection there, but yeah, that never came to fruition. But yeah, like all of the characters would have had like a valid-ish reason to like win the cash prize, but you were mainly supposed to like cheer on for Shadow and his family to get the cash prize. But basically, yeah, that would have just been it for season 2. And then I guess for season 3, I wanted Amy to go to some sort of like different like academy or school because like she became big boy, advanced, smart, and then like Shadow and her would have been separated. It would have been angsty, edgy, I don't fucking know. But, like, I had all of these plans and all of these ideas, but it still just fell out of the hole. Simply because I lost interest in it. I didn't want to do it, and I wanted to feel like a legitimate artist by creating my own characters, by creating my own storylines, and doing my own thing. I didn't want to rely on Sonic characters in order to make my own shit, you know? So, I stopped. I mean, granted, I still love the Sonic franchise. That's a fandom I will never really, truly get out of. Sure, I could take breaks, but I'll never stop loving those characters. And I just don't see myself making those videos anymore. And I'm sorry. If you are coming to this video just to think that I was going to say, hey, I'm going to start working on Shadamy and Detention again, you're wrong. And I'm sorry if I got your hopes up after this long ass ramble. But it's true. I can't. I'm working on college now. I'm 20, by the way. This was 4 to 6 years ago now. God, I can't count. I don't know how many years it has been now. But yeah, it's been a long ass time. You would think that people, like, after like 6 years would kind of drop it, but they don't. And that's why I'm here. But you know what? It's okay. The main point that I'm trying to make is Shadamy and Detention was purely a out of impulse story that I just decided to make one day. And then I did, and then I just didn't want to make it anymore. And that's it. As simple as that. However, I still do miss using this channel in particular because I still have a lot of subscribers on it, and even when I tried moving to a different channel to try to regain my following based on stuff that I actually was more proud of, like with my edits and all of that, it just didn't work. It didn't work. I don't nearly have enough subscribers on that channel to even compare to the subscribers I got here, so I'm gonna come back to this channel, and I don't want any more questions regarding Shadamy and Detention. If I get any questions in the comments, I'm just gonna delete them. I'm sorry. I can't. This is gonna be your explanation, this video right here. This is why. From now on, I'm gonna do my own original content. I'm gonna do animations, storyboards, animatics, maybe some speed paints, edits. Whatever I feel like, I'm gonna be putting on this channel. And if you only subscribe to see Sonic, I mean, maybe I'll make some Sonic speed painter edits in the future. I can't say for sure, but that's not gonna be the main thing I'm gonna do anymore. So, if you only subscribe for Shadamy and Detention, I guess you're just gonna have to unsubscribe. Cause I'm making something that I think is gonna be a lot bigger than myself. I have a genuine dream to make something that will become huge. I really do want that. And I'm not gonna get that if I just keep on working on Sonic videos. So, yeah. This has been a long ramble. Sorry. But thank you for listening anyway. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it if you stuck all the way around to the end. Again, if anybody wants to continue writing Shadamy and Detention, be my guest. As long as you give my permission. As long as you give my permission and, like, don't try to claim that everything is your own. Sure. Maybe I'll watch it and comment on your own videos. Like, hey, when's the next part coming? No. I want to be that mean. But yeah. I hope that you guys stick around because I'll be back with my own original content, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you in another dimension.